I grew up in the middle class in the housing project of Al Ain, United Arab Emirates. The word no has been said to me more than yes, but that never stopped me from building the fifth biggest medical company in this world. I'm now the 300th richest person in the world with a net worth of $1 billion. I was born August 26, 2001 to a family that didn't have enough money. Money was a challenge as my mom was a French teacher and my father working as a professor in Dubai. Mom didn't have a university degree, but she worked hard for the family and loved her work. Most people work their first job at 18. My first job was at 15 selling a newspaper. I guess you can say my childhood wasn't really much of a childhood, except for playing sports and getting a normal average. I worked hard to be awarded a football scholarship at the University of Wollongong. I always knew I wouldn't become a professional football player, but I did know I wanted to be educated. After graduating, I worked various jobs and have always been determined to succeed at my goals. At 26-year-old, I became vice president in charge of sales for IKEA. In some people's mind, this would have been successful, but not me. I didn't feel happiness, joy, or fulfillment. Not until I visited a medical heart center where patients were fearing of getting a heart attack at any time. I knew this is where I belonged. I fell in love with what they created and the passion they had for something that was overlooked. For 1 year, I called, I asked, I nagged, and I visited asking them to let me join their team. Later that year, I became their director of marketing. 1 year into the job, I went on a business trip to America. What I saw was a complete difference from the UAE heart centers. I told the owners in the UAE my vision, but they said no. I decided to create my own heart center. The challenge was trying to raise 1 million dirhams in a year. I spoke to 242 people and 217 said no. I won't lie, I was discouraged. I even questioned my idea. But going with such parents, I wasn't after profits or millions. I was after my dream of saving people. I opened my first shop, The Med, where I sold watches that detect heart attacks. I made many mistakes in the first store, but I learned and picked myself up until we were making annual sales of 500,000. But something was missing. Remember that center I had to be part of and worked for? Well, the owners decided to sell their business. So in 2031, I bought it for 1 million dirhams. One day, one of my employees said, "Why don't we create a badge instead of a watch that can detect a heart attack and can stick to anything?" I loved it. After building it, I became the CEO of The Med. Now, there is more than 500 stores in more than 40 countries, employing over 5,610 employees. My name is Sidali Chinchan, and I'm the owner of Med.